Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Journey to Wisdom and Wealth. My name is Tara. Okay, today we're doing another behind the budget. It kind of just makes sense to do behind the budgets at the beginning of the year. That way, anyone old, new, just coming in will be able to tell what my systems are, or at least what I'm trying for the moment. So, this behind the budget today is actually a little different. Normally, I do my tracking of my expenses in a top down format, but I'm changing this and giving myself, y'all know I'm already doing a little tiny experiment about tracking expenses. And if you didn't see my tiny experiment video, it will be the last video linked at the end of this video so you can check it out. But I am going to track them from the computer because I feel like that is just going to be easier. Some things for me, writing down is helpful. Things like this, I just like more automated. I feel that is what I feel. I think like this is a belief of mine that this will be easier, and no other way to test that belief than get right into it. So let's start tracking, and we're going to kind of do this together so that if you want to track your expenses this way, you can do the same. So as you can see, we're not using the saver card right now. That is one of our rules. Right now for this quarter, that's a lot of money on that bye debt. Yep. Okay. We're not stressing. We don't know why. We'll see in a moment. So what I'm going to do is the last payment we made was around December 3rd. So we're going to track everything from January 1st. So I'm going to go down into my screen here and I'm going to print. I believe it's print. No, I don't want to print. That's not what I want to do. Girl, I ain't got no printer over here. That's not what I want to do. We're going to scroll down so we get to the part that says download transactions. So we're going to download our transactions and we're going to file type CSV. I think that'll still open in Good Notes, not Good Notes. Child, I haven't used Good Notes in a while, except for reading my Bible. But I have not done CVS. I think this will open for Google, is what I was thinking. But I don't want to do it by statement. I want to do it by custom date range. I want my start date range to be January 1st, and I want my end date range to be the 11th. And then I'm going to hit done, and then I'm going to hit export. You'll see it comes up to the top here, and it's downloaded something for us to look at. It's going to open in some kind of Excel thing, which I don't even think I have access to. And no, I don't want to. No, I don't want to. And so I'm going to see if I can just copy. Hopefully I can copy this out. Oh, are they not going to let me copy? Let me see if it let me copy. Now, let's see. Let's go to Google Sheets, open a blank spreadsheet, and see if it let me copy. I think it did not. That looks like my sinking funds from last time. All right. Well, hold on, y'all. Let me see if that is another option to download. I'm gonna try it again. Maybe Quicken Financial. No, I don't know why it wouldn't. Maybe you can't do that. Oh, we're learning something together, y'all. Hold on. All right, guys. Well, this is going to be a real behind the budget because we're going to figure this out together. If you haven't figured this out about me, I don't give up very easily. So the next thing we're going to do then is Google. If you're anything like me, babes, if I can't figure it out, I'm going to Google. Okay. Can I download my Capital One spreadsheet from Google Sheets? I asked Google everything. It says, yes, you can download Capital One data to Google Sheets simply by downloading the transaction CSV. We did CSV. So what are we doing wrong? Log into the computer, blah, blah, blah. Download the transaction, did that. Open Google Sheets. We already have open Google Sheets. I'm going to move this somewhere. Hold on. Do this and let's do this. Okay, open Google Sheets. I hope these behind the budgets are helping you guys. Let me know in the comments if they are. Open Google Sheets on a blah, blah, blah. Use the file import option. Where is import? Import option and format you in a sheet to upload your thing. Format you need. Upload. Okay, upload and then browse. And then I think this is my form because it's from today. Okay. Format. You may need to format columns to match your sheet's layout. We're just going to import the data and pray it all comes out right. What? Success, file imported. Okay. Okay, well, where is it? Oh, open now. Yay. Thank you so much, Google. All right, so we're going to close this sheet back down. And now we've got it. How many of y'all already know how to do that? Because I didn't. Clearly, I didn't know how to do that. So for me, first thing I'm going to do is just add some boxes around just because that's the look. It kind of keeps everything in its own spot for me. And then I'm going to just make this a color because I am who I am. And that's that. Okay. And then I don't care anything really about the transaction date. Well, I mean, I guess we can keep both of them here. That's fine. Whatever. Um, why does it seem like it's not selecting everything that I said to select? What is wrong with you two? Okay, so moving right along. So we see we have everything from the top to the bottom. I mean, I could insert a filter, but I'm not finna do all that. What I want to see is that if all my debits right here equal what I wanted to do, 883.84, that's too many because my total, goodbye. Okay, my total is 774.05. So something, this 109.80, I already paid these 103. Okay, so that's what it is. So we've got our transaction downloaded. We figured it out, y'all. We've got 50 plus 43.20 plus 1660 is 109.80. So these transactions here were already paid. So I'm going to select them and I'm going to delete these rows and I'm going to delete the payment. We don't need the payment, okay? And I'm going to change this credit to account. So this is going to become the account that I want to pay from. And these I'm going to make into money and this into money. And then I'm going to get a sum. In order to get a sum, you go over to your formulas, right here, your function, and you hit sum, and then you hit the columns you want to sum, and you hit tab, and there's 774.05, which is exactly what we have open. So now we've got our transactions that we're working with. I'm going to attempt to make this just a little bit larger for you guys because I know we don't have a lot this time, so we should be able to. Whoa. So I'm going to hide I'm going to hide this column just so that we can see everything on screen. And we don't need that much space for the transaction date. Boom. So we have what we're trying to figure out. Now I can figure out what account each thing needs to come from. So Sam's Club is supposed to come from household. So we knew that. I knew that because we talked about that in my, what did we talk about it in? We talked about it in one of my budgeting where January budget where I needed to make sure I put $100 because I knew I only had 40 something dollars in household. And so we know that needs to go to household. Then Eagles Land, the OBGYN, that was my regular like womanly visits for the year, PAPS and like mammogram, but there was an old balance for the ultrasound that I had to do. So I had to pay that. So that's going to come out of medical. And then that should come out of our operating account. Ops. I just like the way that sounds. And so that's just a regular bill that we paid. Y'all know we went and paid our loan that we're working on. And then this is also coming out of our general operating account because that's another bill. This is another bill. Georgia Power is another bill. That's why it's so high. The Dollar Tree was, what did I buy over there? I went to get a mop and stuff like that because I had a spill on my floor. And y'all, I don't have a mop. I have like a Swiffer, but I needed a mop. So it's supposed to come in a household. Well, I don't really know if we got enough in household. So I'm going to put that it might need to come out of off to the side. I'm going to put that it may need to come out of all the things. AT&T basically. And then the last but not least, 40 cents for healthcare. That is actually how much this medicine costs. I am terrified. Well, I'm not good with closed spaces. Claustrophobia is a thing for me, and I have to have an MRI. So they gave me some medicines to help. So that is coming out of med. So now we know where everything is coming from. I am going to attempt to do a pivot table. So I'm going to select, do I want all of this? No. I'm just going to select these 4 categories here. And I'm going to go to, I don't know, do they have that here? Insert pivot table? Yeah, they do. And create a new sheet. And then I want to, girl, I just be pressing. So I want to add the sum of debits for the category. I literally press it sometimes, y'all. I'm not even kidding. Until I get what I want. Okay, so the category. So I know now that in healthcare, I need to move 30/40. Insurance, I need to move 160. Insurance. Oh, no, that's not what I want here. I want my categories. Even, no, this is not what I want. That's not how I want it. I want on account. How do I do this? I want this to change. How do I change this? Account. There it is. I want the sum of the debits per the account. Grow. And so that's right. In household, that was the Sam's Club and the Dollar Tree, the medical 30/40, and then the operating account, which that's right for a total of 774.05. So I want the sum of the debit of the account because that's why I created that account section so I could figure it out by accounts. All right. So now that we know what we're doing, let's go ahead and split the screen. Where did that go? Where did that go? We'll find it in a minute. And we're going to put this here and we're going to put this here. How many people are confused? I hope you're not. And then we're going to just maybe make this slightly bigger so you guys can see if I can. Whoa. I don't know what I just did. Hold on, y'all. Okay, I think I had moved the menu off to the side somehow. So I just want to make these a little bigger so we can both see. I can see okay, but I want to make sure you guys can see okay. I think that's good. All right. Luckily, this only has 3 categories, so we could just make 3 payments, which is what's normally allowed. Otherwise, I can just transfer everything over into my operating account from household or medical and just make the payment. Not sure we have enough in household, so let's start with the ones I do know. Let's make our first payment for from the operating account for $594.52. I just wish that I was able to make like notes here. That's the only thing. I can make notes in almost everything else because here I would be able to write this is for the electric, the State Farm and all the things, but I can't. So it's okay. 594.52. Tara, pay attention. From Tara's Major Keys for today. Not today. For today. Today is 111, you guys. That's kind of cool. Okay, and my friend Celisa told me about it, and I was like, oh, yeah, it is. But I didn't see 11:11 today, and it's already 11:23, so I've missed it. Maybe I'll see it at night. Okay, moving right on. 594.52, Tara's Major Keys. Okay, submit. Thanks for your payment. Oh my God, I didn't say success. I didn't say, hey, what's up, y'all? What's up to my Grateful Gang? If you're new, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. You know, you're already part of the what? Grateful Gang, 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 Grateful Gang, 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 Grateful Gang, 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 Grateful Gang, 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 gang. If you're not part of Grateful Gang, we'd love to have you over here. It's $3.99. Just hit the red subscribe button, like, share, hype me up, all the things. Let us continue. So that first payment has been scheduled. I love to see the money change. Yeah. All right. And then we're going to, so for me, I'm just going to, I don't know if I'm going to do anything because every time I touch something, it goes like that. But I'm going to, I guess, make it a color as in green means go. And then, oh, it just switched back. How nice. Now for medical, I'm going to make a $30.40 payment. Continue. From health is wealth. Can I type? No, it don't work like that over here. You think I would know that by now. Health is wealth has 5 something. Praise the Lord. And today's date, please. It's not due till the 21st, so I like staying on top of it this way. 30/40 health, wealth. Okay, submit payment. And doing it this way has always made it so I haven't paid interest in years. Thanks for your payment. Success. Oh goodness. This scares me when it shifts, but now I know it's going to shift right back. We're going to make that green. And I thought it was going to shift right back, but it didn't. Why didn't you shift right back? Rude. Oh, okay. And then household. So let's try to make the payment and see how much is actually in household. So 149.13. It's probably going to be red if it's not enough money. And it's not. So household as 145.52, 145.42. So let's just call it 145. So we have 149.13 and we're going to use 145. So we need $4.13. Let's call it $5. So what I'm going to go do in this particular situation, I wish I just hit the X. We don't want it. Okay. I'm going to go over to my all the things account. Boop, 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 do, 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 do. I got an A and saw A and got excited. All the things, which is kind of like almost like a buffer for like all the random things. And then I'm going to transfer. Now, these are savings accounts, the ones you saw in blue. And the nice thing is I can transfer between them in accounts. And I love that for myself. And we're going to transfer to the household bulk toiletries. And we're just going to transfer $5. And that's to cover Sam's and Dollar Tree. And this is what I wish. Dollar Tree. $5 from all the things, the household bulk toiletries. Success. This is what I wish I could do with the credit card payments, make myself a note. So you see that went down. And now when we go back to pay our cards, so this one is a credit card, this one's a credit card, and this one is a checking, and the rest are like, I think there might be one more business checking, but the rest are just savings. And I'm just mentioning that because someone asked me like that the other day. Okay, let's go back here. We're almost done. This behind the budget wasn't too bad, you guys. And then we're going to make our last payment, which is still $149.13. But this time we should be able to make it from health is wealth. It shouldn't, not health, but household. It's no longer red because it has 150.42 in it. And we're going to choose this account and we're going to change the date because we want to do it for today. Choose this date and submit. And thank you for your payment. Success. So 143 has been made as well. Getting better at this. I know what I'm doing now. Okay. And so we should have a total, these three should total $774.05. Just to be safe, we're going to go ahead and make sure that it does. $594.52 plus $149.13 plus $30.40 is $774.05. So we have paid off our credit card for this week. That will clear and be at zero probably by like Monday or Tuesday, probably Tuesday. And that's it, y'all. That is how I'm planning to come every single week. And we're going to figure out this credit card. I did very well this week with only putting things on sinking funds and our bills on this card, which is my goal for this year. However, I need to take my Discover card from my wallet because I've noticed that sometimes I put some extra things on there that don't need to be on there. And I'm like, baby, no, you need to come. You guys to go. I'm also probably going to take my Saver card out of my wallet as well very soon. But once I figure out the debt situation. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that episode of Behind the Budget. We actually really learned together on this one because I didn't know how to do a lot of that stuff. And this is what I do. I try to figure it out on the back end. A lot of times you see it and it's a finished product and everything works out. But I want you guys to be able to do this on your own as well going forward. And I hope you learned something in today's episode of Behind the Budget. If you've made it this far and you would like to consider subscribing, I mean, you've already made it, 18 minutes, 19 minutes in the video, you're already here. You might as well just come on back, girl. Let's hit that subscribe button. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Remember, in order to be great, you have to be grateful. I'm super duper grateful for you. Have a wonderful, blessed day. Remember to check out my video on the tiny little experiments video over here if you want to know what I was talking about. And I love you. Mean it.